Okay. So Brent Alderson, I'm here with Henry Ramirez, trainer of Chris Arreola, has a staple of fighters. Henry, let's go ahead. I want to just get your input on some of the fighters in the heavyweight division. First of all, let's talk about Vladimir Klitschko. What can you tell me? What do you think about Vladimir Klitschko?
Vladimir Klitschko, probably the overall most talented heavyweight of all of them. Hey, right now him and Vitaly are the top two heavyweights in the world. And I know people criticize their style and, that they're not incredibly entertaining, but they're incredibly effective. They give themselves the best chance to win as far as their strategy and then obviously the way they prepare for fights.
And they're always in shape. So what do you think? And then let's go ahead. What about David Haye, man?
I'm still a little on the fence about David Haye. I seen the fight with Valuev. To me, he beat the 10th best heavyweight in the world and got a belt for it. I've never been a big follower of Valuev anyway, so I really don't think he was very talented. I thought Ruiz had beaten actually twice, and obviously didn't get the decision. But David Haye's supposedly an entertaining guy. I've yet to see it in the heavyweight division, him be entertaining. Beating Montebello doesn't make you entertaining in whatever fashion you did, but he's one of the names being thrown out there. He's got a title belt regardless of who he beat for it, so he's obviously someone who the public is going to demand to see.
And how about Odlanier Solis?
Solis, I don't know too much about Solis. I know he had a real big amateur career. I've talked to people that are, closely affiliated with Top Rank, and I know Arena is also working with him. They say he's super talented, man. I've seen some video where he was kind of compared to what was his name back in the early '90s, Lawrence Febe. But no, he's 6 foot, 6'1", great amateur career, good hand speed. They say he's got power. He's got the question that a lot of heavyweights, including my own, his commitment.
Yeah, he came at 272, man. Chris is even 6'3". This guy's not even. This guy might be 6 foot.
Right. No, but I'm saying he's got. There's a lot of question marks as there is as far as Chris. His commitment to the conditioning.
And what do you, Samuel Peter?
Samuel Peter, I don't know. I think they're trying to rebuild him slowly. They're putting him in, some confidence builder fights. I know he's talking about getting a world title fight again. I think he's going to have to be a viable contender to do that. He's an ex-world champion. A tremendous puncher. So he's someone who, maybe brought it for Chris in the near future.
What do you think about Oli Maskaev getting knocked out in one round by a guy that tuned up?
Are you surprised? Hey, if I was them, I would have held out for the Austin eliminator. Him and Ray Austin was going to get a guaranteed fight with Klitschko, the winner. But that's why they fight the fights.
Yeah, and how about James Toney?
James, I don't know. I don't know what James is doing. I don't know if he's going to MMA or, I don't know, to be honest. James is a great fighter. I've been reading a lot of shit he's been talking about Chris, but it is what it is,
Yeah, he's trying to get a good payday, he needs a good payday. How about Tomas Adamek, man? People have been throwing his name around for you guys, supposedly. You haven't said anything about it. Have you seen his fights? Did you watch his fight with Glada?
No, I didn't see it. Adamek's an entertaining guy, he's obviously a light heavyweight champion and a cruiserweight champion. We'll see how he does at heavyweight. He's got a tough fight with Jason Estrada. Jason Estrada is no pushover. He's been in with Povetkin and, Travis Walker. He's been in with a couple other guys. Jason Estrada's a solid guy, pretty good chin, good boxing ability. I'm actually going to be there ringside for that fight if it does look like Adamek is the name for us in April. But again, Adamek is one of the names. There were some letting out to believe that it was almost a done deal, which isn't nowhere near the truth.
And what do you think about Chris's performance in his last fight against Brian Minto? Were you really happy with it? Or?
I was happy. It was good to get him back in the ring 7 weeks after a fight. I know a lot of people were questioning us, why we're putting him in so early. But hey, they don't make fucking decisions in Chris's career. We do. So.
It was a good win against a tough opponent, huh?
Minto's a tough guy. Obviously the weight's always going to be an issue till we can get it addressed. But Chris is Chris, so we're obviously going to keep working forward. Because there's people that want to criticize, there's people that want this. Chris's best weight is at 240, 245. You know,
Now, Chris I know you get a lot of heat from everybody. You always say they don't know shit about
They don't know
boxing.
shit.
But Chris came out at 262. Isn't that concern you or no?
Oh,
They come in heavy like that or no?
Absolutely. I'd be lying if I said, oh, no, we were perfectly content with it. No, we weren't. But, I mean, with the time we had and, you know, from where we started, you just got to.
Yeah, the last two fights were short notice, really, huh?
Well, yeah, you know, the Klitschko one, I mean, we had 8.5 weeks for Klitschko, you know, but, I mean, you know, it was, but Chris hadn't done anything for 3.5 months straight, you know, leading into that fight. So, you know, I know there's a lot of naysayers for Chris. I mean, we did lose to Vitaly Klitschko. I mean, no shame in that.
Yeah, but look at Kevin Johnson, man. He fought and, you know, he pretty much just stood back and jabbed every 1 minute and kind of fought defensively in the shell. He didn't really try to put out there and try to pressure him.
You know, I know Kevin's getting killed, man. You know, I personally, I like the guy. I know he's getting killed in the media because he had, you know, talked a lot. And that's just Kevin's game, you know. He's not a naturally aggressive fighter, you know. He's just a kind of a defensive guy, you know. Kind of uses his jab to set up things, but you can't do that with Vitaly.